Hello, YouTube people, my 2 subscribers. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, including my Facebook friends, because I put these on Facebook too. So my family, primarily because my family can keep up with things too. What's new? I had a great Christmas. We had some family over for a week, and that was really fun and really enjoyable and not so boring because yeah, I had social interaction, but I have had a few visitors here and there, so that's good too. So thank you guys for visiting, of course. Yeah, I got spoiled at Christmas and didn't have to do anything for dinner, dishes or nothing. Kind of a little bit of a perk, but shh. Good dinner too. So it was nice. And it had been, I guess, 2 weeks since my surgery. On Boxing Day. Friday before Boxing Day, I went for an appointment. And he said everything was okay. He said my cervix was very soft, though. And that was a concern. But it was still, I seen on the little paper that it was still 3 centimeters and a bit still. So I thought, okay, it can't be too bad, right? It does get worse. Excuse me for the burping. Anyway, so what I did then was I came home and I thought, okay, well, and he also stressed bed rest, like big bed rest, so, which I had been doing. The only difference is Christmas Day, which was after the appointment, the only thing different I did was lounge on the couch as opposed to up here in bed, so, you know, could be with the family and do all the Christmas stuff. And I don't think that really hindered much. But I did go up and down the stairs a little bit to go to the bathroom. And plus the exam. Boxing Day night, I felt a gush in my underwear. And I thought, oh, it's just in my head. Because I'm paranoid all the time, right? And then I decided to finally, I need to pee. So I went up. And it wasn't nothing. It was a gush of blood. And it seemed like I was bleeding quite heavily. Red blood, so of course panic sets in. And Boxing Day night we spent at the ER. Yay, that was so fun. I don't remember the timing or how long it took, but it took an awful long time to finally get in and seen. And they said come back in the morning. Now this was around 6 o'clock that I actually left the hospital. During that time, they had checked my cervix. It was still closed, and the bleeding, they couldn't see any new bleeding coming. So, okay, this is good. But they said in the morning, go for an ultrasound. So, we came home at around 6 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we got a call. It says, okay, come in for an ultrasound at 10. Wayne and I hadn't slept because it was a stressful night, I won't lie. It was scary as hell, and sleeping just didn't seem to be much of an option. So by 8 o'clock, I said, well, maybe if I can sleep for a frickin' hour. And of course, you have to drink your stupid water. I didn't sleep. Wayne didn't sleep either, really. So, we went for the ultrasound. And I know, you know, the text can't tell you anything, right? Well, not here, where I am, in Ontario anyway. They can't tell you anything. You have to wait to see your doctor. But, because I've had so many freaking emergency ultrasounds, most of the time, you know, they give you a wink. They say the baby's fine. They can't tell you about your cervix or anything, but they tell you the baby's fine. In so many words, right? So, I said, is the baby okay? And she said, I can't tell you that. You'll have to wait to see your doctor. So, frig. So, anyway, what happened was, we went to the ER, reported back in, and waited to see a doctor there. And that was maybe about 4 hours, the wait. So that was like a real mind game. So during the mind game, we did some crying and some laughing, and we both knew it wasn't over. It was just something. We knew it wasn't over yet. So that helped a lot. So sure enough, we seen the doctor, and she said everything looks fine. It's just irritation bleeding. That's not what she called it though. Frig, I forget what she called it. Nuisance bleeding. And I thought, well, that's friggin' nuisance, alright. It looks like a friggin' period. But, yeah, so she told me that, and actually, my actual doctor was on call. It was his last night on call. My baby doctor's last night on call, because he's going on vacation, and he's still in Florida. Blech. Kind of nerve-wracking, but the man has a right to vacay, right? So anyway, he came and saw me, and he said, "What are you doing here?" And like, I explained. And of course he knew, because he had looked at the x-rays and stuff. And he told me, bed rest, you gotta do bed rest. And I said, I am doing bed rest. And so he said basically that we'll be lucky if we get this baby to 34 weeks. And I was like, okay, that's promising. Like, I don't know. He's really concerned about my soft cervix. I've been doing reading, and they say that it is soft, so I don't know. I don't know. So his words basically were, you have to do a lot of praying and bed rest. And get control of your constipation, because yeah, yay me. So he did his exam again, which friggin' hurts, and it's so uncomfortable. And he was off, and I was home, back home. And then the next night, the same frickin' thing happened. Just laying there, feel a gush. I knew what it was this time. And, like, okay, I can't handle this. I just can't. But, you know, we do what we have to do. So, back to the ER I went. This time I had a low-grade fever. Really low. But just enough that they took me in right away. And that was a shorter stay. It wasn't as long. So then I totally lost what I was thinking about. So then anyway, really? And I don't even know how to edit yet, so sorry guys. Whatever. So I went back to the ER. Same scenario really, but my doctor wasn't there. They checked me with the speculum thing. I was still closed. The bleeding had subsided again. Listened to the baby's heartbeat with the Doppler, and said there's nothing they can do. I'm closed. It's irritation bleeding, blah blah. So fine. I'm a little bit more relaxed. And when we got the paper to